McLachlan, the Grammy winner known for her soulful voice, says after a viral infection, she almost lost it.
The whole winter, I was thinking I might not be able to sing anymore. So it was a bit of a tough winter because, yeah, it's like this is kind of it's not just my job, it's for me a huge part of my purpose and my joy. But, you know, this is kind of paramount for me to be able to sing and express myself. And so I'm incredibly thankful that it's back. But, I mean, I love this record so much.
The record, Better Broken, her first album in 11 years. McLachlan earned fame for masterful, often intimate ballads with hits like I Will Remember You. But she spent the last decade focusing on her family.
Paint a picture for me of Sarah as like busy mom, dance mom, I've heard you describe.
My days were punctuated by, you know, driving, being the chauffeur, being the cook, you know, pickups and drop-offs. So, you know, trying to do other things. It was always sort of off the side of the mother desk, which was, you know, an incredible luxury to be able to kind of semi-retire and just really focus on being a mom, being present, which I'm so grateful for.
This has been a very personal album, though, for you.
I mean, they all are. They're essentially postcards of either experiences in my life, things I'm going through, challenges I've faced, trying to figure out a way through.
Her personal growth laid bare in this latest album, the song Gravity, exploring a painful chapter in her relationship with her daughter, India.
It's hard the way you look at me, with a rage I cannot place. You were suffering, and you were all alone.
When you sing it, what lines stay with you about this troubled time with your daughter?
You were suffering, and you were all alone in it. As a parent, you want to be able to reach your kid and help them when they're suffering and struggling. And we got to a place where we weren't connecting, and I couldn't help her. And the song is written in that period when you're just, as a parent, you know, so there's this awful saying, you're only as happy as your saddest child.
It's a terrible saying, but it's also true.
It's so true. But you know, there's certain things that I would say, I would hear them coming out of my mouth, things I swore I would never say that my mother said to me. We ended up doing family systems counseling. I thought I was doing a good job. And, you know, my intentions were good, but she was not feeling it. She didn't feel safe to tell me what was happening. And she needed me. I was her mom.
India supporting her mom on social media. Motherhood is not the only thing the 57-year-old is now looking back on. Sarah, now the subject of a new documentary, Lilith Fair, Building a Mystery, telling the story of the first all-female music festival from the late 1990s.
I was in disbelief that I'd never heard of it before. And also just thinking that the name sounded really cool. Lilith Fair, wow, that's really interesting.
Lilith Fair was Sarah's idea. She was the engine behind it, her struggles with the strict gender norms of the 90s music industry inspiring her to create a more inclusive type of concert experience.
I remember going down to LA, the A&R guy was like, well, you know, if you lost 5 pounds, you know, we could do this with you. They're looking at my hair going, oh, if we could do this and fix it. And I came down there feeling, just fine about my body, never gave it a second thought. Then I realized that I was missing that sense of connection and community. I feel lonely. This is a weird job, and it would be so nice to connect with other women who are doing a similar thing to me. But that's when promoters started saying, you can't do this. Saying, you can't put 2 women on the same bill, people won't come, which was complete.
The Canadian first experimented with 4 shows across Canada in 1996.
It's over.
Yes.
It was a success, and I'm very happy.
I'd had women open up for me in the past, and it had been fantastic, and I wanted more of that. And then promoters said, you can't do that. I'm like, well, I've already been doing it in the smaller scale, and these artists are having a huge success in their own genres. And, you know, I don't believe that music fans listen to one kind of music. I certainly don't. So I feel like this is a no-brainer. And then certainly when promoters said you couldn't do it, I'm like, oh, well, then the fire came. I'm like,
don't tell Sarah what you can't do.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove them wrong.
Lilith Fair soon turning into an unstoppable phenomenon. Dozens of female artists performing together to massive crowds. The tour grossing more than $50 million over the course of 3 years. Sarah's festival headlining a who's who of singers and songwriters. Stars like Fiona Apple, Lilith Fair, Sheryl Crow, Jewel, and Bonnie Raitt along for the ride.
What was that sisterhood like behind the scenes?
It was profound. It was amazing. Like, we as women had this isolated kind of weird job. And typically surrounded mostly by men. Our band and crew were mostly guys. But we were doing this crazy job, and it was so nice to be able to connect with my peers on that level and be able to share stories, but also just to have fun together and to make music together.
Did anyone surprise you or act in a way that was unexpected?
Sinead O'Connor was a treat. I mean, I was a massive fan. Obviously, you never know what to expect. She was so fun, a real prankster.
Can you remember one?
One time I was scheduled to go on and I had food poisoning. She went out on stage, told everybody that I was sick, and it's like, maybe she's got morning sickness. So then I was like, oh, great. Then the next couple of weeks was dispelling. It's like, no, I'm not pregnant. It's like, thanks for that.
After the first year, Sarah and fellow organizers making a push for a more diverse fair, including artists like Missy Elliott and Erykah Badu.
It was viewed by managers as a white chick folk fest, basically. And they looked at that and they go, I don't see a place for my artist here. It doesn't make sense. And I'm like, okay, expand your horizons. This is a great opportunity for all of us to play in front of each other's audiences and cross-pollinate.
I understand that a lot of women were given opportunities.
Absolutely.
In the crew.
Yeah, we actively sought out women in positions that were typically only held by men, but you know, we ended up getting female riggers, female electricians.
But that has a multiplying effect too.
Sarah giving more than just music. Throughout its run, Lilith Fair donating $1 from each ticket to local women's charities and shelters in each city it visited.
You know, for me, it's always been really important to use my platform for good and to give back. I learned that really early on. So it made sense that if we were going into a community, we wanted to leave a mark beyond just putting on the show and walking away.
Beyond Lilith Fair, who could forget Sarah's memorable early 2000s ASPCA commercial set to her song Angel, raising $30 million for the organization in its first year of release.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan. Will you be an angel for a helpless animal?
It raised so much money.
I mean, it worked like a hot damn. Honestly, it was 3 hours of my time. I had a girlfriend who was on the BC SPCA board. I had time, I love animals, sure, I'll do this. And I don't think any of us had any idea how wildly successful it would be.
The legacy of Lilith Fair living on in new generations of artists who make space for unapologetic women.
Taylor Swift's Eras Tour and Olivia Rodrigo wouldn't exist in the way that it would today were it not for Lilith.
I mean, that's very kind of you to say. They may well have found their way anyway, but I feel like we definitely opened some doors and paved the way a little bit for sure. It's kind of this full circle, beautiful thing where it's like, okay, we did move the dial, we made a difference, and the fact that I'm still here 38 years later, still making music and still hopefully somewhat relevant, it feels really good.
Our thanks to Juju. Sarah McLachlan's new album, Better Broken, is out now, and you can stream Lilith Fair, Building a Mystery, beginning Sunday on Disney Plus and Hulu. Look for Sarah on tour in November.